Welcome to Skylog Chronicles, your gateway to aviation history. From tragic crashes to miraculous survivals, we uncover the stories that shaped air travel. Subscribe now and explore the skies with us. Today, let's uncover the truth about Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 that vanished without a trace. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 took off from Kuala Lumpur, bound for Beijing. But what started as a routine flight soon became one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. 239 people were on board. The plane vanished without a trace. And to this day, no one knows exactly what happened. But one theory has persisted, sparking debate and controversy. The idea that the pilot may have intentionally brought down the plane. This is the story of the pilot suicide theory revisited. Flight MH370 was a Boeing 777, a reliable and modern aircraft. The pilot, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, was an experienced aviator with over 18,000 flight hours. His co-pilot, Fariq Abdul Hamid, was younger, but also well-trained. Everything seemed normal as the plane took off at 12:41 a.m. But less than an hour into the flight, something went terribly wrong. At 1:19 a.m., the plane's communication systems suddenly stopped working. The last words from the cockpit were, "Good night, Malaysian 370." Minutes later, the plane made a sharp, unexplained turn away from its planned route. It disappeared from civilian radar, but was tracked by military systems as it flew west, across the Malay Peninsula, and out into the vast Indian Ocean. The world was stunned. How could a modern jetliner just vanish? An international search began, covering thousands of square miles of ocean. But weeks turned into months, and no wreckage was found. Families of the passengers and crew were left in agonizing limbo. What could have caused this? Mechanical failure? A hijacking? Or something even more unsettling? As investigators dug deeper, they began to focus on the plane's captain, Zahari Ahmad Shah. Zahari was a respected pilot, but some details about his life raised questions. He was going through a personal crisis. His marriage was falling apart, and he was reportedly lonely and depressed. Investigators also discovered that Zahari had a flight simulator at home, and on that simulator, they found something chilling. Zahari had programmed a flight path into his simulator that eerily resembled the one taken by MH370. It ended in the remote southern Indian Ocean, far from any landing strip. Was this a coincidence? Or was it evidence of premeditation? The pilot suicide theory isn't new. In fact, it's been considered in other aviation disasters. But with MH370, the evidence is circumstantial. Supporters of the theory point to the deliberate turns the plane made, the disabling of communication systems, and the fact that the plane flew for hours without anyone intervening. They argue that only someone with deep knowledge of the aircraft could have done this, but not everyone agrees. Zahari's friends and colleagues describe him as a dedicated professional who loved flying. They find it hard to believe he would harm his passengers. And without the plane's black box or cockpit voice recorder, we may never know what really happened in those final hours. For the families of the 239 people on board, the lack of answers is unbearable. They fought tirelessly for the truth, pushing for new searches and investigations. In 2018, a piece of the plane's wing washed ashore on Reunion Island, offering a glimmer of hope. But the main wreckage, and the answers it might hold, remains elusive. Today, the search for MH370 continues. Advanced technology and new theories keep the hope alive that one day we'll find the plane and finally understand what happened. But until then, the pilot suicide theory remains just that, a theory, a haunting possibility in a mystery that has captivated the world. The story of MH370 is a reminder of how fragile life can be, and how even in our modern world, some mysteries remain unsolved. For the families, for the aviation community, and for all of us, the search for answers continues. And perhaps one day, the ocean will give up its secrets